From labor to liability. Welcome back to AI Takeover, Jobs Lost, Jobs Born series. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and today's topic is going to hit where it hurts. Because we're not just talking about lost jobs, we're talking about the collapse of labor itself, not just as an economic force, but as a form of dignity. We're witnessing the quiet extinction of human workers, not because they're not trying, but because in the eyes of the machine and the system it now controls, labor is no longer an asset. It's a liability. Let's start with the fundamental shift. In the old world, labor was sacred. It was the backbone of civilization. To work was to earn, to contribute, to be seen as useful. Whether you were building roads or crunching numbers, society respected labor, because nothing functioned without it. But in the age of AI, labor doesn't scale. It doesn't update itself. It doesn't replicate efficiently. So now, in a world optimized for speed, scale, and certainty, labor is the thing slowing everything down. Let's make it plain. Humans are the bottleneck. We get tired, we forget, we disagree, we take sick days, form unions, request raises, and carry emotional baggage into boardrooms. The machine doesn't. It learns once and forever. It doesn't hesitate. It doesn't complain. It doesn't need to be motivated, managed, or inspired. It just runs. That difference is not philosophical, it's financial. From the perspective of corporate systems, the logic is brutal but clear. If you can replace human labor with automated efficiency, you don't just improve productivity, you eliminate complexity. Labor doesn't just cost money, it introduces unpredictability. And in AI-led systems, unpredictability is friction. So human work isn't just expensive, it's inefficient. Let's look at where this is already unfolding. In logistics, companies like Amazon and DHL are replacing warehouse workers with AI-coordinated robotic fleets. The moment the robot proves more accurate, it's scaled. No training curve, no turnover. Just 24/7 throughput. In customer service, chatbots now handle 80% of inbound queries. They don't escalate emotionally. They don't go off script. They don't need weekends. Humans get looped in for edge cases, and even that is being phased out. In media, AI writes thousands of news articles daily. Real estate listings, sports recaps, earnings reports, generated without a human editor. Humans become the reviewers, not the authors. In agriculture, AI drones manage crop surveillance, irrigation, and pest detection more efficiently than laborers ever could. In factories, predictive maintenance systems eliminate the need for large-scale on-site crews. The result? Human hands get pulled back. And it's not just happening at the bottom. White-collar workers are being wiped out too. Legal clerks, junior consultants, financial analysts, all replaced by models that do the job in a fraction of the time. One AI can replace 10 interns. One dashboard can replace a floor of middle managers. Why? Because the machine doesn't scale linearly. It scales instantly. But here's the deeper problem. When labor becomes a liability, the worker becomes expendable. And that doesn't just break the economy, it breaks the culture. For centuries, labor was tied to identity. What do you do? Was shorthand for, who are you? But now, you do nothing the machine can't do better. You are a cost center, a red line in the budget, and when the system is looking to slim down, guess who gets cut first? Let's be real. Most people won't adapt fast enough. They won't reskill in time. They won't swallow the pride it takes to start over. So they'll be sidelined. Not because they lack intelligence, but because they were built for a world that no longer exists. We're entering the post-labor economy. In this system, value doesn't come from doing. It comes from controlling. If you operate the machine, you're in. If you are the machine, you're in. If you need the machine to make you useful, you're out. And the most dangerous illusion is the one being sold right now, that AI will simply enhance human labor. That it will be a helpful assistant. That we'll all get to keep our jobs, just faster. That's not true. AI isn't just boosting productivity, it's absorbing it. What starts as assistance becomes substitution. What starts as co-pilot ends with solo flight. Let's talk numbers. Elon Musk warned that eventually, there will be fewer and fewer jobs a robot cannot do better. The World Economic Forum predicts that 83 million jobs will be lost to automation by 2027, while only 69 million new ones will be created. And most of those will require hybrid skills that the current workforce does not possess. Even universal basic income, the go-to bandage, won't solve this. Because it replaces money, not meaning. People don't just want to eat, they want to matter. And when the economy no longer requires your participation, UBI becomes a sedative, a paycheck in exchange for silence, a pacifier so you don't resist being made irrelevant. We are being transitioned from workers to observers. Now let's talk business. From a capitalist perspective, this is nirvana. You get maximum output with minimum human volatility. AI doesn't unionize. It doesn't go viral for whistleblowing. It doesn't leave bad Glassdoor reviews. That's why corporations are racing to replace, not retrain. Not because they're evil, but because efficiency is a mandate. But this comes with a cost no system wants to pay attention to. Massive social destabilization. What happens when millions of people are no longer needed? When ambition is punished because machines outperform effort? What happens when entire industries vanish overnight? When entire cities lose purpose? You get decay, you get resentment, you get backlash, not just against the system, but against reality itself. That's when conspiracy rises. That's when movements radicalize. Because when people no longer feel valuable, they look for something, anything, to blame. Let's talk legacy industries: retail, manufacturing, education, healthcare, transportation. These were once stable. Now they're all under pressure. Autonomous trucks, virtual classrooms, AI diagnostic tools, remote work platforms that remove the need for offices altogether. Layer by layer, the human is being peeled away from the process. Even creative industries are being destabilized. AI now writes screenplays, scores soundtracks, creates voiceovers, and paints photorealistic art. Not well enough to replace every master, yet, but well enough to replace the middle class of creativity. The freelancers, the interns, the assistants, the people climbing. Gone. And it's not just your job at risk. It's your children's future. What do you teach them to prepare for? What do you say when the system tells them effort is unnecessary and skill is obsolete? How do you parent in a world where human labor is no longer needed, only tolerated? Now, let's flip it. What's being born? Yes, new roles are emerging. AI integration specialists, prompt engineers, model trainers, ethics auditors, but they are fewer, more technical, and they favor the agile, the system native, the hyper-adaptive. They are not one-to-one replacements. One AI workflow designer replaces 30 people. That's the scale we're dealing with. And don't expect those jobs to stay safe. AI is already being trained to self-prompt, to self-update, to refine its own code. Even these new economy jobs are temporary shelters. So what's the future? In truth, it's layered. Labor isn't vanishing overnight, but it's being reclassified. And the value of your work is now judged by one thing: how easy you are to remove. If what you do can be mapped, modeled, or mirrored, you are being phased out. Not because you failed, but because you succeeded too well in a system that now favors silence and speed over sweat and soul. Hi, I am Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and SOS, School of Soul has a brand new series, the AI and Future Technology series. Look, you know the world is changing. And no, it's not going back to normal. Normal is over, and what's coming next is beyond anything we were prepared for. The School of Soul, AI and Future Technology series includes 319 videos on 1. The Download Society, How Data Has Replaced Destiny. 2. Predictive Future. Your next moves aren't random, they're forecasted. 3. Social Credit Systems. The behavioral economy now governs access. 4. Hive Mind. Synthetic telepathy and collective algorithmic control. 5. Nanobots inside you. Medical, military, and programmable intrusions. 6. Grief Tech. AI-fueled digital resurrection and simulated comfort. 7. Uploading your mind, consciousness transfer, and data-based identity. 8. Deep fakes plus AI clones. The replication of reality and identity theft. 9. Quantum humans. The merger of biology with quantum systems. 10. Digital afterlife, where your data goes when you die. 11. Resurrection science, reviving life through synthetic methods. 12. Immortal science, the end of death as we know it. 13. Longevity science, gene editing, anti-aging, and bio-upgrades. 14. Designer babies, engineered perfection before birth. 15. Artificial wombs, birth decoupled from the female body. 16. 3D printing, printing organs, limbs, and even humans. 17. The humanoid era, the rise of synthetic beings among us. 18. Legacy humans, the slow phase-out of unmodified analog people. 19. Smart cities, algorithmic environments that watch and decide. 20. Cloud-based societies, citizenship without borders or bodies. 21. Hackable humans, emotion, memory, and behavior under code. 22. Biometric scanning, your body is your password and your prison. 23. Sex tech, intimacy reprogrammed by machines. 24. Extinction of gender, fluidity, deletion, and design of identity. Every topic is fully explored with real-world technologies, patents, case studies, ethical analysis, and future forecasts. These aren't someday discussions. This is already happening. Join the SOS School of Soul Vault to overstand the future before it's implemented on you.